If you're trying to use money that requires banks, you can't trust the banks, right? You certainly can't trust the banks in Africa, in South America, and most of Asia. It used to be Americans thought they could trust American banks. Now they're realizing that they can't trust American banks. So the first order impact of the banking crisis is people think, well, maybe the money I had in the bank's going away, and so I ought to put it in a bank in cyberspace that isn't controlled by the government or by the bankers, and that's Bitcoin. The second order impact is the solution to the banking crisis is print more dollars. And if you print more dollars, the actual monetary inflation rate goes 10%, 15%, 20%. So you think, why do you think those bonds crashed? Because they're actually claims on dollars. Do you really want to hold $1 billion of Zimbabwe dollars? What if I offered you 10 billion Zimbabwe dollars? I mean, the answer is it's going to a nickel.
Welcome to Cloud AI. Bitcoin is deflationary because its supply is limited and its issuance rate is predetermined. The maximum supply of Bitcoin is fixed at 21 million coins, and this cap cannot be exceeded. Moreover, the rate at which new Bitcoins are created is gradually reduced over time through a process known as halving. Specifically, every 210,000 blocks, the reward that Bitcoin miners receive for adding a new block to the blockchain is cut in half. This reduction in block rewards is designed to create scarcity and ensure that the growth in the supply of Bitcoin slows down over time until it reaches its maximum limit of 21 million coins. As the supply of Bitcoin is limited and cannot be inflated beyond a certain point, the deflationary nature of Bitcoin is a fundamental characteristic of the cryptocurrency. This means that as demand for Bitcoin grows, its value may increase due to its limited supply, leading to a decrease in the purchasing power of fiat currencies in comparison to Bitcoin. Fiat currencies, unlike Bitcoin, are inflationary because their supply is not fixed and can be increased or decreased by central banks or governments. Central banks can print new money or increase the money supply through various monetary policies such as quantitative easing, lowering interest rates, and other measures. The inflationary nature of fiat currencies means that their value decreases over time as the supply of money increases. As a result, the purchasing power of fiat currency decreases over time, which leads to rising prices for goods and services. This is known as inflation, and it erodes the value of fiat currency holdings over time.
So if the paper currency keeps crashing, then you can't own anything that's currency related. You can't own a currency derivative. You need to own something that politicians can't print more of. Okay, well, that's oil, that's land. But the problem is, try hauling 100,000 barrels of oil from where you are to London, where you want to be. How are you going to do that? I'll give you $1 billion of land in Central Africa, and then someone takes over with machine guns and declares that everyone with large amounts of land now loses it. That happened in Zimbabwe. You're going to pick up the land on your back and carry it to France? So it's simple. If people lose faith in the banks, they lose faith in the currency. When they lose faith in the currency, they lose faith in the government. When you lose faith in the bank, the currency, and the government, and someone says, what can you trust? The answer is you can trust Bitcoin because you can custody your own asset, you can run your own node. And at the end of the day, even if the Chinese want to shut it down, they can't. If the Russians want to shut it down, they can't. If any nation state wants to shut it down, they can't. If the US wanted to shut it down, they can't. And so everybody wants something that they can trust that is beyond the reach of a corrupt politician.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel.